Okie dokie. So, now, today, we've dealt with the basic job of driving, and you can deal with junctions really well. But what I'm going to do now is increase your skill levels with like 3 new skills to basically work on. I'm going to work on anticipation. I'm going to work on basically meeting traffic, and I'm also going to look at the clearance that we leave for parked cars. So, the first one, anticipation. When I talked to you earlier today, you said to me that, yeah, if you were honest with me, when you look down the road, you only look probably about 4 or 5 car lengths down the road to see what's going on. But today I'm going to encourage you to look as far down that road as humanly possible, because then you can take information in and plan, anticipate in other words, what could happen. So by starting at the furthest point, working your way back towards the middle ground, and then where you normally look, that's going to give you more information, and I say to help you drive safely. So for instance, if you were on, like, if we use the one that you said, where you actually look halfway down the road, you'd have thought, oh, here's what I'm seeing, I'm the red car, I can see there's lots of parked cars in front of me, but nobody coming out the side road. So you'd probably just have gone. But if you'd look further up the road, you've seen a vehicle that's already committed to coming, and basically therefore you're both on a collision course if you keep going at each other. And the only things we can do is try and find places to pull in, like the gaps, like the opposite the side road so he can move in, but you're causing yourself more work than you need to do. Because if you'd have just stayed where you were, you're the only 2 moving vehicles, he would be gone, you've waited 10 seconds extra, but you then have a nice easy life. You can stay down the gap in the middle and off we go. So that's why I want you to look up that road and plan for things. Now, the other thing, as I said, we're going to work on is parked cars. So we're going to look at what they call priority. And like here, just if you think of the crossroads where we actually look and who's got right of way, it's the same sort of situation. Because if I covered that car up, and I say, and we were the red car again, I'm hoping that you'd realise you're the one going on the wrong side of the road, and therefore we should wait if that blue car's coming. The same goes if we see that our road is empty, we should think that the blue car should wait, and say, but again, quite quickly, as you've probably already seen, you can anticipate sometimes what people are going to do. So if he's coming at us aggressively, even though it is our right of way, we may think, hang on, we've got to deal with this, and maybe slow down just to let him through. But hopefully people will behave the way they should, and therefore will work on the rules of the road. Now the real fun one situation comes here when they've got parked cars opposite each other. There's not room for us, both the blue and the red car, to get through together, and so therefore we've got to understand that nobody has right of way. And in those situations, because we're the learner car and want to encourage safeness, I want you to always hang back and let the other one through, unless they're showing signs of letting you through. So that can do that by somebody flashing you or calling you through, or just generally slowing down early to see that you can see that they're trying to let you through. If they do flash you, remember it's not an absolute certainty that it's safe for us to go. So if ever that happens, I want you to start looking in your mirrors and making sure that flash was actually meant for us. Because if it was, that's when I'm going to encourage you to make some progress. So that's how we deal with parked cars today. Now, the other situation, as I said, is clearance to parked cars. Because there are going to be times when we go alongside a parked car that, yes, we can drive normally alongside it, our normal driving position. So in other words, we can get ourselves a metre from the side of it. And if the road's wide enough, even if a vehicle's coming the other way, we're not interfering with them, we can keep our normal driving position and hopefully therefore our normal speed, which in this occasion was 30 miles an hour. But when the road narrows, you could probably still think, oh yeah, I can get through that gap, but because you're closer to the parked cars, there's more danger to us. And because of that extra risk, we can't go through as quickly as we would when we're doing that nice metre from the side thing. So what I need you to do is reduce your speed accordingly. And the best way I can explain it is that I want you to think of it as a 3-2-1 rule. In other words, a metre is roughly 3 foot. So if you're going to be driving at 30 miles an hour, you need to be that metre away. But when you're going through at 2 feet away from the side of the car, I want you to reduce your speed down to 20, as you can see in the picture. And if you really want to go through a tight gap, and I say you need to be only 1 foot away, then I want you down to 10 miles an hour or less, just to make sure it's safe, and you know that if somebody opens up a door, you've got a chance of dealing with it. Now, there are going to be some occasions today where we come towards parked cars and there's not room. They just can't get through both of you at the same time. And in that situation, we need to stop our car because it's not our right of way. As you can see here, the green one's going to keep coming. What we do though is just hang back about 2 car lengths away, and ideally, if the road allows it, we're going to start to get near the centre line to increase our view, but to also help keep people behind us know that we're not parking. And so it'll help the flow of the traffic because they know that we're just waiting. Now, once it has become clear, as usual, a centre mirror, right mirror check to see if it's safe to move out, and then wait till our mirror clears the vehicle, and then see if it's safe to come back to our normal driving position. So it would be centre mirror, left mirror to see if it's safe to come back over. Now, imagine that you've got a situation where there are parked cars on both sides. You want to go through the gap, there's nothing coming towards you. In that situation, what I'd like you to do, instead of being a metre from the vehicle on the left, is actually split the gap between the two, so you've got an equal size gap between the two. And that could be a full metre on both sides, it could be less, it could be more. But by going down the middle in that situation, what you're doing is you're increasing your risk, you're lessening your risk and increasing your chance of safety, because if somebody opened a door on either side, you've got a chance of dealing with it. So when we get out there today, I'm going to give you lots of help to begin with, and hopefully you'll pick this up quickly like you normally do, and I can start backing off. So are you ready to have a go?